Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Hendrik Prasetyo of To Learn channel, and this time let's continue our videos about assets bundle dependency. First, I want to apologize for the long delay because I'm pretty busy with another project and my job. My apologies. But now let's continue our project from the last time. Now we will continue with the second scenario. Last time we did finish scenario 1, now we continue on scenario 2. This scenario will not be far from the previous scenario, but the cube and the cylinder prefab will be in separated bundle. They will not be in the same bundle. And later on, this scenario will cause up when the cylinder and the prefabs in the separated assets bundle. In this case, assets bundle cube assets and cylinder assets. This will cause of both assets bundle will have the same materials and textures. They will contain the materials and the textures. This will cause of duplications of materials and textures. So both assets bundle will contain the materials and the textures, and that is not what we expected. So let's try this first to prove it. So here it is. Select the cube prefab and then tag them into new assets bundle, name cube assets, and do the same with the cylinder prefab, but this time we will name it cylinder assets. And then remove the unused names, so the name prefab will be removed. Okay, then let's build our assets bundle. Hit assets at the menu bar and then select build assets bundle. Compiling. Done. Let's check in Windows Explorer. Okay, here it is. So now we have two main assets, that is cube assets and cylinder assets. If we check into the manifest file, then it will tell us that this bundle only contain cube prefab. Let's check the other one. So this also has only one asset, that is cylinder prefab. And now, what is the dependency of this technique? The problem is these cube assets and cylinder assets has a larger file size, that is 2.7 megabytes. They has a same file size. And why is this happening? Because in both assets, cube assets and cylinder assets, there is one additional assets that is included, that is the materials and the textures assets. This is not what we wanted. And how to solve this scenario to prevent a duplication? This is why we also have third scenario. In this scenario, we will add one more additional assets bundle, a new assets bundle named mat assets, stand for material assets. These mat assets, they will contain the materials that used in the prefab and in the cube assets and the cylinder assets. This will cause of assets dependency. These cube assets and cylinder assets will now depend on mat assets. One cannot be exist without another. They cannot stand alone. They need to be stand with mat assets. When you load cube assets or cylinder assets, you will also need to load the mat assets. Like you can see in this table, if we go back into Windows Explorer and check the manifest file, this bundle still don't depend on any assets bundle. This can be standalone. Okay, now let's test the scenario 3. So we don't need to test the second scenario. It don't even have a difference with number 1. Let's test it. let's add our materials to a new assets bundle. New assets bundle, name it math assets, and then let's build our assets bundle. But it will be better if we delete the last build first. Hit build assets bundle. Now let's check in Explorer. And here, as you can see, cube assets and cylinder assets has a lower file size. They descend drastically because they only contains the prefab assets. And here we got another assets bundle, math assets, which has a larger file size. These math assets contain materials and the textures. They has a material in it, but they also include the texture assets automatically. If we check into math assets.manifest, here you can check the content of this bundle, but there is no texture list, but actually the texture is also included. Now what if we load it in Unity and then instantiate it into our scenes? Let's edit our script first, our bundle loader script. First, we need to make a variable that will store the URL of the assets bundle file. We need the URL to cube assets and the cylinder assets and the math assets. And then in the enumerator start, let's download our assets bundle. Okay, download cube assets. We also need new variable here, cube bundle and cylinder bundle. Yeah, cube bundle is equal to alright. Now we repeat this process for the cylinder bundle. Change this cube bundle into cylinder bundle. We also gonna need a new method, so let's just change this method into we need two spawn functions. So I'm just gonna copy this and I change this into spawn cylinder and change cube bundle into cylinder bundle, and here we change it into cylinder. And don't forget to make another method that will unload all the assets bundle. This will reduce our memory usage. Because after we download our assets bundle and after we load the assets, they will store them into memory. When we no longer use these assets, we need to unload it. Something like this. Cube bundle.unload, cylinder.unload. Alright, I think we got an error because we need to passing one argument here. So enter false. Also, don't forget to notice that the download is finished here. Download finish. Now let's go back into Unity. Now we need the assets bundle URL. Apply all of our assets bundle URL. This script will not download the material assets. We will talk about material loader later on. Now let's set up our button to call the method that we've just created. The spawn cube button will call bundleloader.spawnCube, and the spawn cylinder button will call bundleloader.spawnCylinder. Okay, now what will happen when we spawn a prefab from an assets bundle that this bundle depends on other assets bundle? So let's test it. Spawn cube, spawn cylinder. As you can see here, both prefab has a purple colored face. And why is this happening? This happened because we lost our materials. A material asset that packed into an assets bundle named mat assets. If we look into the mesh renderer here, we got a missing material. Why are the materials don't apply? Because we don't load our mat assets yet. What we need to do is we need to load our material before we load our prefab because our prefab depends on it. We need to load mat assets. So I'll just copy this and I'm gonna download mat assets here. And now we need to reference our bundle to a variable. Let's create a new variable here. And mat bundle is equal to assets bundle. And after the download is finished, we need to load all materials within the bundle. This line will load all the assets within the bundle. Whoops, we got an error. Yeah, mat bundle.loadAll is duplicate, so we need to use a new method. I'm sure there is one here. Yeah, here it is. After we load the materials, we now allowed to spawn our prefab. Let's save this script and go back into Unity and let's spawn our prefab. Now we got our materials applied automatically. So what you should understand is because the cube prefab and the cylinder prefab depends on other assets that is packed on the assets bundle. On the other assets bundle, you need to load your dependency first to store it to memory so it can be used by the hanger. Now what if we test it in another project which don't have all the assets in this project? Like in this one. But firstly, we need to replace the bundle loader script. Replace them by the new one. You should notice that we don't have all the assets in the previous project. We don't have the cube as well as the cylinder. Now we play it. Oops, don't forget to apply the URL of the all bundle. Copy and paste the URL here. Now let's spawn our cube. Oh yeah, the spawn cube button did nothing because we forget to apply event of our buttons. We will call bundleloader.spawnCube and bundleloader.spawnCylinder. Now save the scenes and play. Hit the button and you will get your cube as well as your material attached to it. So that's how the assets bundle works. Now if we look into the manifest file, you will see that this bundle contains a dependency, and this dependency need to be downloaded and load when you want to load some assets in this bundle. Now what about if we add a script into an assets bundle? I mean a script that attached to a game object. Let's try that out. Create a new script. I'm gonna name it Rotator. Now I'm gonna write some simple script that allow the object to rotate at some angle. Here I will need a vector 3 variable. Now let's manipulate the object rotations by modifying transform rotation properties, or just access public method called transform.rotate. And then pass our vector 3 angle variable. Multiply it by the delta time. Now if I add my prefab into the scenes, and they will rotate. Now let's rebuild our assets bundle because we've just modified it. Now if we check into the manifest file, you will now see this line. Class 114 script file ID blah 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 UID blah blah blah. This means that some prefab in this bundle has used some script with UID blah blah blah. This UID is same as in our Rotator script manifest, I mean meta files. Okay, let's find out. Here you will see the meta files of our Rotator script. It has a same UID as in our assets bundle manifest file. Now let's test to load this bundle. But before that, you need to know that assets bundle cannot contain any assembly file or script. But we can attach our script into our prefab. In this case, I use rotator.cs into our prefab. Now, when we want to spawn our prefab, which has a script attached on it, then we need to have that script in our project, or there will be some error missing monobehavior script. We will check that later on, but for now let's try to play this first to make sure everything works properly. Okay, everything just works. Now, what about in another project? Remember, this project has no script rotator.cs. Now, what will happen? Try spawn cube. The cube is not rotating at all. And if we see into the game object, then there will be a missing monobehavior script because we don't have rotator.cs inside this project. This means that assets bundle cannot contain script because it is an assembly content. So you need to have script rotator.cs inside your project. Let's add them into here. Drag and drop this script into our second project. Now we have script rotator.cs. Let's try to play it again and see what happened. Ahaha, now the cube is rotating as well as the cylinder, and the script is also loaded along with their properties. So that is how assets bundle dealing with a script. Now the last thing, we need to free our memory by unloading our assets bundle. I will create a button to call the functions. Let's just name it unload assets bundle and add to the onClick event manager.bundleloader.unload all bundle. Okay, it's working. Now what if we spawn an unloaded assets? Then of course there will be an error. Because the assets is not in our memory anymore. Sorry, I'm just so excited. So that's how assets dependency is working. If you still have any questions about assets bundle, then please feel free to leave a comment below. Thumbs up this video if you found this helpful. Subscribe if you want more videos. Share this video if you found this useful, and please check out my Patreon page if you wanna become my patron. Don't stop learning, and bye bye. I will see you in the next videos.